anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next book. I did change camera angles because it is now later in the day and the sun is at a different position, so I changed camera angles. But anyways, the first book, or not first book, anyways, the next book in my book review is called The Art and Power of Acceptance by Ashley Davis Bush. This is what it looks like. So, first impressions. It's honestly a really cute book with a lot of aesthetic visuals and drawings. I think there were a lot of graphs in the book. Not graphs in like a mathematical sense. They were graphs in like a, just drawings, basically. Trying to help you understand the point that Bush is trying to make. I honestly was originally drawn to this book because of how cute it was. And I know that sounds really dumb, but, I saw the cover, I thought it looked nice, and I picked it up, and it was filled with all these wonderful visuals, and you can really tell that she, wrote this book with good meaning. So as far as the summary goes, Ashley Bush is a psychotherapist, and she wrote this book in hopes of debunking the idea that acceptance means, accepting what it is and not changing it. I think acceptance can be thought of as giving up. For some people, you are accepting it for what it is. She's trying to introduce the topic of self-compassion and how that is the key to unraveling what acceptance really is. My personal thoughts on this book, honestly, I was obsessed with this book. I absolutely loved it. It's packed full of so much good information. It's overall a very peaceful and happy read. It's, a good book if it's, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it, but it's very eye-opening. That's what this is. It's very eye-opening because it kind of makes you think about acceptance a little bit differently. And I like that because, in the past, I've, been like, okay, even when I was first reading this book, I was, a little judgmental about it. I was like, okay, so if I'm just accepting, this crappy situation for what it is, then, what am I going to be doing to change it? Acknowledging that this situation is not good, it's accepting that it's not good, and then it's moving on from it with self-compassion, if that makes sense. I did want to read you guys just a little blip of this, if you guys don't mind. I mean, you can click off the video if you do mind, but it basically is just a part of the book that I feel really kind of embodies what her message is. So here we go, story time. So this is page 9 in the prologue. If you guys have the book and you want to look at it with me, go ahead. So basically it says, we've all been in a place of struggling against the tide, resisting our difficult circumstances and wishing things were otherwise, regretting things said and unsaid, and judging our shortcomings. After all the years of struggle and forceful attempts to change ourselves, other people, and even our past, acceptance turns out to be the path of sanity and wisdom. It lifts us up in a place of wider perspective and vision, where we can open-heartedly acknowledge the vista before us just as it is. And then possibility arises. So she really just, wants you to consider this book as your invitation to think differently about acceptance and to open yourself to a new way of relating to your life. Acceptance isn't about giving up or being stuck. Instead, it is about active alignment with your feelings and your situation, and then opening up to something more. Final thoughts on this book. I absolutely love this book. I feel that I probably didn't do it justice in explaining it. I really do recommend this book. I really recommend it. Don't know why I said do so many times. It's just about letting go. It really is. It's about, accepting what's happening and letting go and making the steps to move on to the next part of your life. And, I think about this book often. I really do. So that is my review for The Art and Power of Acceptance.